you're watching this because you feel stuck, indecisive, or quietly frustrated with yourself, this episode is gonna feel personal. Not because you're behind necessarily, but because you're caught in what I call the overachiever's trap. And nobody warned you about it, especially if you're smart. Here's what it looks like. You want more, but you don't want it in a reckless way, so you start researching. You're thinking things through, you're planning, you're refining what you think you want for yourself. I just need more clarity. I'm not ready yet. Let me think this through properly. Meanwhile, years are passing by. And the thing you want most, the career shift, the business idea, the life upgrade, stays just out of reach. Not because you can't do it, but because you keep thinking your way around it. And that's not from laziness, that's not even confusion. It's literally the overachiever's dilemma. If we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Ayana. I'm a certified coach, a former Fortune 500 strategist, and someone who has spent so much time studying why brilliant women get stuck at moments that they're fully qualified to move through. And today, I'm breaking down why overthinking hits smart women so much harder, what the research says is actually happening in your brain, and how to step out of that trap without becoming impulsive or reckless. The overachiever's trap is when competence becomes liability. You've been rewarded for your entire life for getting things right, thinking ahead, avoiding mistakes, being prepared. So when you want something deeply personal, that mindset takes over. You default to the same researching strategies. But here's the problem with that. Achievement trains you to optimize existing systems, but desire requires you to create a new path. According to research by Barry Schwartz in The Paradox of Choice, high-achieving people are more prone to decision paralysis and not less. And you know why? It's because they can see every possible outcome. And when you can see everything that could possibly go wrong, doing nothing feels safer than choosing imperfectly. Let's get nerdy for a second. Studies from Harvard and Stanford on analysis paralysis show that excessive deliberation activates the brain's threat detection system, not its problem-solving system. So, translation, the more you overthink, the more your brain is interpreting movement as danger. Add all of that to perfectionism, which is actually linked to anxiety and depression, identity pressure, and then this social comparison that we do on LinkedIn and Instagram. And suddenly this overthinking is far from smart. It's actually just pure self-protection for fragile nerves. Overthinking is what happens when your nervous system doesn't feel safe enough to choose. This is always hard to admit, so don't out me on this, but once upon a time, I had a great career. Everything looked right on paper. Great roles, strong reputation, smart people around me. People would tell me I was so lucky for how far I'd come, and I would roll my eyes at them in their face. I'm not proud of it. But I kept circling around these same questions, like, is this it? Shouldn't this feel better? Instead of answering the questions in my head, I did what overachievers do best. I optimized. I took on more responsibility, researched my next role endlessly. I told myself I was being strategic, but in reality, I was afraid that if I choose wrong, I'd invalidate everything else that I had built. So I stayed stuck, polished, impressive, quietly unfulfilled. And that's the trap I'm talking about. Here's the part nobody tells you. The smarter you are, the harder it is to begin anything new. Books that explain this beautifully are Mindset by Carol Dweck, Range by David Epstein, The Confidence Code by Katie Kay. The fact is, high-performing women are more likely to wait until they feel ready, internalizing uncertainty as incompetence, delaying visible action until confidence arrives, but confidence doesn't precede action. Confidence is the emotional residue of evidence, and evidence only comes after movement. Here's the reframe I want you to try this week. Stop asking, what's the right decision? And start asking, what's the smallest decision that gives me data? Instead of, should I choose to change careers? Try, who can I talk to who's already done this? Instead of, is this business idea viable? Try, who would I test this one idea on in the next 7 days? Again, I hate to tell you this, but as an overachiever, the last thing that you need to do is look for certainty, because it ain't happening. Instead, give yourself permission to move without knowing. Here's something simple you can remember. If you're exhausted by thinking about the same decisions over and over, that's your sign that it's time to take one small, tiny act, not continue to think bigger. It can be one conversation, one little test, one honest step forward with just you and yourself. Nobody has to know. And if you want help doing this without spiraling or burning out, I made something that I wish I had years ago. I call it Your Audacious Year. I wanted to make something that was pressure-free. It's all about rhythm. It's a monthly support kit that comes right to your inbox and momentum that actually sticks. You don't need to stop being smart, obviously. You need to stop letting your intelligence keep you stuck. And I'll see you on the inside.